So today we are multiplying rational expressions. We only have 3 steps. Let's see, where can I fit? I'm going to put these 3 steps at the bottom here. So, step 1. All you need to do, you are going to factor all numerators and denominators. That's step number 1. Every numerator and denominator that can be factored, you need to factor it completely. Factor everybody. Step 2, now you're going to cancel. It's really kind of like it's just one big fraction, even though there's more than one fraction. You're just going to cancel any factor on the top with any factor on the bottom. They can be in the same fraction. They can be in different fractions. It doesn't matter. You just need someone on top and someone on bottom. So you're going to cancel or reduce, right, if it's just numbers. So or reduce anything you can one from numerator with one from denominator. So just like when we were doing the single one, denominator. If it's a binomial, you can only cancel a binomial with a binomial, and they have to be identical. Right? I can reduce loose numbers. Like if I have 16 over 12, I can reduce that fraction. If I have n squared over n, I can reduce those with each other. Just be careful. With the binomials, it has to be the entire binomial with an entire binomial. And they have to be identical. So then, once you go to town canceling everything out, then your last step is just to write what's left over. Right? What's left as your answer. That's it. 1, 2, 3. Easy as can be. Okay. So I actually want to start with one like number 3. Okay. Number 3. So if we follow the steps, number 1, factor all numerators and denominators. So I'm going to look at each one as it's its own little thing. So I'm just going to look at that 6x minus 18. Can I factor that? Is there anything to do there? Yeah, what can I do? Take out 6. So take out a 6, you're left with x minus 3. Okay, that was easy. Then I look at the next one, x to the third. Is there anything to do there? No. 4x squared, anything to do there? No. 2x minus 6? Take out 2. So there is step 1 done. I factored everybody that can be factored.
Can you cancel out x minus 3?
Yes. Now step 2, I'm going to cancel reduce anything on top with anything on the bottom. And it doesn't matter where it is. It can be in the same fraction, different fractions. It doesn't matter. So I have an x minus 3 on the top and 1 on the bottom. They will cancel with each other.
Or x squared?
Yeah, look, I have an x to the third and an x squared. So I can do those two with each other. What would be left? X to the first where? Top or bottom?
Top.
On the top. So I'm going to cross them both out, and then I put an x to the first there. Okay. Anything else? Yeah, I can simplify the numbers, right? You can do the 6 with the 2 or the 6 with the 4. It doesn't matter. I'll do the 6 and the 2. 2 goes into 2 once, and 2 goes into 6 3 times. Is there anything else that I can cancel or do or anything at all? No. So now, since this is multiplication, I just multiply straight across the top, so I just get 3x. On the bottom, all I have left is 4. So that's it. Pretty cool, huh? It's so fun. Let's try Let's scoot back to number 1 real quick. Because number 1's a little bit different in that step 1 is already done for you. There's no factoring that I need to do, right? Everybody's okay. So now I just get to start canceling. What could I cancel with each other? The x's, sure. So I'd be left with x to the what, and where is it?
X to the first on the 12.
Yeah, so I'll have x to the first up in the numerator.
5.
Yep, I can do 5 with the 25 and 40. So 5 goes into 25, 5 goes into 40 8 times.
9 to 12.
Yep, so 3 goes into 9 3 times, 3 into 12 4 times. Here's what you cannot do. You cannot cancel things that are both in the numerator or both in the denominator. It has to be on top and on bottom. Can't be side to side. So, anything else I can do? I think I'm done. Remember, since this is multiplication, what is your numerator?
32x.
32x. You're just multiplying all those things together. So it's a 32x, and on the bottom is 15. That's it. Isn't this fun? I knew you'd like it. Okay, let's make it a little tougher. Sure. How about 2? Go ahead. Try 2 without me. I'll let you go for it.
We're doing number 2.
Yeah. I think we got somewhere. All right, let's do step 1. Factor everybody. Nothing to do with the 6, but here, take out a 5. Here, I can factor that. Factors of 20, that has to be negative 9?
4.
Negative 4 and a negative 5, right? Okay. And then 15, there's nothing to do there. Okay. Now what? Sure, you can do a bunch of different things, and it doesn't matter. Like, maybe you did the 5 in the 15, or maybe you did the 6 in the 15. It doesn't matter, because it's all going to come out to be the same thing in the end. So let's say I did the 5 in the 15. 5 goes into 5 once, 5 goes into 15 3 times. And then maybe you're like, oh, hey, look, I can do the 3 and the 6, can't I? Yeah, so 3 goes into 3 once, 3 goes into 6 twice. What else? X minus 5s. Remember, binomial has to match identically, and they do. Anything else? No, you're done. So your answer is just 2 over x minus 4. That's it. You are finished. So as long as you do the 3 steps, and you do the 3 steps correctly, factor it correctly, cancel everything out correctly, and then just write your answer. You are done. You walk away from the problem. Someone in here, I feel like they're going to write their answer and then they're going to like keep trying to reduce or something. You can't. That's a binomial down there. You can't touch it. So just walk away. You're done. One more before we try some harder ones. How about
Did you get 10 over x minus 4?
I did not.
What does the 5 cancel out from?
I canceled the 5 with the 15, and that left me a 3 down here, and then I canceled the 3 with the 6, and I got the 2.
What happens if, oh, no, you can't do that, right? When we were at the step of, can I just bring my paper up to you? That's
Sure.
what I did, Lily. Yeah, I canceled like the 6 and the. Yeah, I canceled the 6 and the 15 first.
That's fine. So if you do 6 and 15, 3 goes into that twice, 3 goes into that 5 times.
So then you just cancel the 5.
Then you can cancel the 5s.
Oh,
I multiply across and then reduce to.
You can, but you're making your life harder. It's not wrong. You definitely can do it. You're just gonna, like, if you had a lot of numbers, you would get a big number that you then need to reduce back down. So it's just easier if you reduce it first, but it's not wrong. Okay, 6, and then we'll try some harder ones. Okay, what can I do? Did I go too fast? Sorry. What can I do in this first thing?
factor.
Out, yeah, take out a 9. Over here, take out a 3. Down here, that's got to split into what?
Minus 4 and plus 2.
-4 and a +2. And then nothing to do with the 6x. Okay. What do you want to do?
X minus 4 cancel.
Sure, the x minus 4s will go away.
X plus 2.
X plus 2s will go away.
So that's just the 1.
Yeah, so the only thing there is a 1. Now what?
Can you reduce the 9 and the 3?
No, not the 9 and the 3, but I could do a 9 with a 6 or a 3 with a 6. It's got to be one on top, one on bottom.
Oh, right.
It doesn't matter which one, if you do 9 and 6 or 3 with 6, but you have to have one on top, one on bottom. I like to do, since 3 and 6, the 3 will go away completely, I usually will pick that one. So 3 goes into 3 once, so it's basically gone, and 3 into 6 twice.
9 over 2.
Yep, and I can't do anything with the 9 and the 2, so all that's left is 9 up top, and then what's on the bottom? 2x. Be careful. It's so common that you do all this work, and then you write what's left, and you, like, don't realize that that x is still there. Or you can't read your own handwriting, and you miss something that was still there. Sometimes kids like to use different, if you use colored pencils, if that helps, so it stands out better, and you don't miss it. I don't know. So if you want, like, a red pencil to cross things out, and then anything that's not crossed out, I don't know. Whatever works for you, I don't care. Just make sure that everything that is still there is part of your answer. Otherwise, you're going to get it wrong. And I would hate for you to do all the right work, and you literally get it wrong because you didn't see something that wasn't crossed out, or you crossed out something you weren't supposed to, whatever. Okay, so that's the general idea of multiplying. It's kind of fun, isn't it? Yeah.
Where did the 3 cross out?
I did 3 with the 6.
Oh.
Yep. You could have done, so if you had done 9 with the 6, you'd have 3 over 2, and then you'd have 3 times 3, and you still get the 9. Either way.
So I have a 27 over 6x. I could reduce.
Yes. Okay. So, if you take a look, if you go back to your puzzle packet and you turn to page 111, you have here, what do you call a message printed on a lion with chicken pox? I don't know. But this one has some tougher problems for us to try. So if we could jump all the way over to, oh golly, what do we try first? How about, I'm thinking 8.
You can't factor anything. You can't. Don't.
So is everybody looking at the same problem I am? This number 8 on the line with chicken pox puzzle, page 111. Did you watch Lion King last night? It was on TV. I hadn't seen it in quite a while, and then while I'm watching it with my son, I'm like, this is quite violent. But oh, jeez. Lion King. Lion King. Oh. All right, guys. So here is number 8. The rules are the same. It's just that this is a little bit of a tougher factoring problem because A is not 1. So we just do the T's, right? Sometimes you gotta do the T's, and that's just how it goes. So let's see if we can factor this one. A positive 7 and a negative 2, looks like, right? Positive 7 and a negative 2. You agree? What am I going to take out of this one? X squared plus 4x, if anything. What can I do there? Can I do anything? Number 8. Can I do anything with x squared plus 4x? I can take out an x. Yeah. So if I take out an x, I'm left with x plus 4. Right? Always check if there's a common thing to take out. So there's that one. That's just an x plus 4. I can't do anything with that. But then down here, this becomes x minus 1 and another x minus 1. Okay, now I'm ready to go to town. Step 1 is now done. I'm telling you guys, do not cancel anything until you factored everybody. That's how we start getting things wrong. Just follow the steps in order. Factor everybody. Now you get to go to I don't know. I'm trying to think of a rhyme with cancel. I don't know. Well, whatever. I'll just keep calling it Cancel Town. Let's go to Cancel Town. Look, I got a new colored marker. So what can I cancel here? X plus 4s. That one and that one. So x plus 4 and x plus 4. See you later. Now, this is important. Only do one pair. 1x minus 1 with 1x minus 1. It's always, you cross out a pair with each other. You can't go crossing off everything. Anything else? No. So be careful. Up top, I still have an x and I still have a 2x plus 7. So I'll write it as x times 2x plus 7. And then in the denominator, the only thing I have is x minus 1. That's my answer.
You don't like
Nope.
can you?
You can, but why bother? Hopefully that's an answer. Looks like it is. Letter N at the bottom. And that's it. So, let's try one more that's a little bit on the harder side. Like, let's actually go back up to 7. And then I'll show you how to divide. Now you're like, oh, Miss Savia, we're just getting okay at multiplying. Why are you going to make us divide now? You'll see. That's it. Okay, so here is number 7. Should I let you try it without me telling you? Okay, go ahead, try it.
You still have a line thing?
Yeah, this is number 7 of that same lion puzzle. Yep, you're still gonna same steps. 1 factor, 2 cancel, 3 write your answer. When you finish, see if your answer is in the box there. If it is, well, that's a good sign. If it's not, I bet I know your error. And remember, you're looking for identical. Your answer has to be identical to what's in the box, not like, oh, that one's close enough. It has some of the same numbers. Okay, did anybody get the answer? You got it? That was in the box? Okay, good. All right, let's start working our way through this one. So, this guy, this is what I worry about, that you're going to mess this one up. He factors into what? You made the mistake I was hoping you wouldn't. I'm glad that you knew that it's a difference of 2 perfect squares. Yeah, the 5 comes first. It's 5 plus x and 5 minus x. Now that's not such a big deal with this one. X plus 5 and 5 plus x are the same thing. But 5 minus x and x minus 5 are not the same thing. So it's a big deal there. So this thing does split up into these two. All right, so that one's done. Nothing to do, nothing to do. Here I can take out an 8x plus 5. All right. Now we're here. What can I cancel? Do I have any binomials that cancel with each other? Right, 5 plus x and x plus 5. Those really are the same thing, right? You can add in any order you want. So when I cancel them out, is anything left behind? No! X plus 5 and 5 plus x are the same exact thing. You could rewrite one to match the other. Not a big deal. It would be a big deal, just a side note, if I was trying to cancel out these two things. We talked about this yesterday. If I had these two binomials, one on top and one on bottom, and I wanted to cancel them out, can I? But you can cancel them as long as you leave behind a -1. Remember we were talking about that? Because you could factor a -1 out of one of them and then make them the same. Here's what you can't cancel ever. These two will never be the same. An x minus 5 and x plus 5. They're not the same. They're not going to be. You can't cancel them out and leave a -1. It doesn't work that way. That is as far as you can go. But if you had 5 minus x and x minus 5, yes, you can cancel them, but you have to leave behind a -1. So any Hoosers, we're back here. I crossed off the x plus 5s and the 5 plus x, because those are the same. What else can I do, if anything? Can I do anything else? Does anybody else cancel? Danielle, what else?
You can simplify the 7.
Yeah, 7 and 14. 7 goes into 7 once, 7 goes into 14 twice. Anything else? The x's. I have x squared on top, x to the third on the bottom. So when I reduce them with each other, I'll end up with x to the first on the bottom. By the way, notice how I cross out the x's and then I write a new one? Don't try, kids do this all the time, and it does, I'm telling you, it does not usually work out to your benefit. If you have x squared over x to the third, right, and you know that, oh, okay, that just cancels out to be x to the first. They try and do this, and they just like change, I don't know, they just try and I don't know, just cross the whole darn thing out and write anew. I'm telling you, it gets messed up all the time. So same thing here, they'll do y over y to the 8th, which would get me y to the 7th on the bottom. So I do not recommend that you do this, because they almost always don't see the 7. They think it's just a y. Don't do that. Just cross the whole thing out and write it fresh. So then you're not going to miss that. Just my advice. Anyway, is there anything else I can do? No. So up top, I have 5 minus x. What do I have on the bottom? Someone said it. Danielle? 16xy to the 7th. Remember, you're multiplying, so you're going to multiply the 2 and the 8 together. Now, is this exactly an answer that they have here? No, but which one of these choices is equivalent? I don't see anybody with a 5 minus x in the numerator. S. S is the same thing. What did they do?
Made it negative.
Right, all they did was factor out a -1 and then put the x first. You can too if you want. I don't care. If it's a test for me and you write this answer, oh my gosh, I'm already ecstatic because you have the right answer. Do I care if you factor out a -1 and rewrite it? I don't care. But if it's the MCAS and this isn't an option and this is, you have to know that this is the same thing. Does that make sense? Everybody's all right? Okie dokie. All right. Ready to divide? I knew you would be. Can you go back to the first packet that we were looking at? Oh, let's stop this video and we'll do divide as a separate one. If I could find my... Now where'd my remote go? Oh, geez Louise. I need not this one. I need the round one. Oh, there it is.